I gotta say the other party name, but he keep trying to throw snitch allegations on Big U. So based on, he got developing options, is that's what it called? Yeah. Developing options or whatever. So could you explain to people how that go more so? Cause you more versed in that area to where you know what's going on.
Yeah, so the city contract, man, everybody talking about the police this, police that. It came from the mayor's office. It came from Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, and then it went to Eric Garcetti, and now Karen Bass is really slowly shutting it down. But it never had nothing to do with snitching. You don't tell. Somebody has said, oh, you get a phone from a sergeant. None of that. What it is, the city gives the agency $500,000 a year to reduce violence. So they got to hire 5 intervention workers, 2 case managers. The agency buys the phone. They give them a budget to buy phones. It don't come from a police station or nothing like that. They go out and buy their own phones and give it to the people that work with them. And their main job is just being proactive. So because developing options is in the 60s, well, mainly what they do is Slauson and Crenshaw. What they do is Crenshaw High School. Anything that happened in the Overhills, all that, what they do is they respond to shootings, or if somebody say it's a fight at the school, or, every time I call and say, well, I want y'all to sit down with somebody. Can we sit down? They always come through and sit down. So it's never that you don't have to sit at a meeting. And first of all, let me tell you about Big U. He don't go to none of the meetings. He don't go to the city meetings. He don't show up at the scene. He don't do none of that.
Well, we ain't got to blast Big U.
But I'm saying it because I'm a blasting because he runs that company, so he don't have to work for it.
Right.
Bear Claw do everything. Bear Claw is like the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Big U is like the coach.
Right.
Yeah. So Bear Claw is quarterbacking. I was with him yesterday. Mm-hmm. He's making things happen. He's putting these 2 dudes on this K line, these 2 over there. He got these 3 working in schools. He got the case managers working. He's making it happen. But the one thing they're not doing is telling anybody, not telling no police who's selling weed or who got the guns and nothing like that. That's not the case. Even when the little boy got killed on 74th and Western, I was out there with him 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And while they consoling the family, while they sitting there doing rumor control, the first thing people want to say is, oh, these dudes did it. These dudes did it. And that's the main part of it, is shutting down that rumor, to getting the people to stop just saying what you feel. Even I had to work on when Mousy and Justin got killed. Because the first thing people were saying is, oh, these dudes over here off of Slauson did it. So I'm like, man, what are y'all talking about? But it's trolls, people from out of town, people from Pomona or San Bernardino, and they going with what they think. So the main job that they got to do working on the city contract is make sure there's no retaliation. That's the main job. If somebody gets shot, they got to surround that family. They got to go to the hospital. They got to do whatever is possible to make sure ain't nobody going back and forth shooting. That's the job.
I wanted you to just clear that up because I know Big U ain't no snitch. You know what I'm saying? But the person with the loudest voice and, that's more out there and they hear them more often, they go wrong with, or if the lie more entertaining, they don't care about the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I had to clear that. And then sometimes I pull out my phone. I said, man, I'm on payroll with Skipp and Second Call, and I clock into work from my phone, and it's different. I'm clocking in and saying what I'm doing exactly. Mm-hmm. So if it's a funeral in the Inglewood families and somebody from Mansfield Gangsta Crib got a funeral over there, Skipp might hit me be like, man, look, the Mansfield they got a funeral at a church in the families, man. Hey, just go over there, just kick it and just make sure like your homies don't come over there tripping.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
One of the 60s died. I think he had a heart attack or something. And they had the funeral on the street that I grew up on.
In the HAs?
In the 20s.
Oh, yeah.
And they called me and said, Skipp, we coming. And I got like 5, 6 20s to come with me, and we stood outside. And the 60s had a big old funeral, blew everything in the 20s. That's the way it's supposed to be.
So you saying, okay, you would call, well, I'm considered an ambassador. You call one of your ambassadors. We ain't calling the police. We calling within us, because we got Inglewood Family Swans, Pookie Twins from 9-0, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we could work amongst each other, just like the jailhouse run itself. The police don't run it, the inmates do everything.
Right.
All right, no, I just wanted to clear that up because people be spreading propaganda. That's a.
But it's
Well, I'm
those
glad
people
that
that don't know.
you both just explained that because that was actually new information for me. So like that's dope. Actually, that's like having policing within your own community, but not policing necessarily. It's just protecting ourselves.
Let me tell y'all this. I got the keys at Leimert Park. So I have ambassadors at Leimert Park that close up every day. I just left a meeting with them at 4 o'clock. They go into the park and they close the bathrooms. A lot of the homeless people want to go in the bathrooms and lock the doors so they could have somewhere to sleep at night. Mm-hmm. So my guys go in there, get them a bottle of water, tell them they're going to buy them some El Pollo Loco across the street or something. Anything it take to get them out the park.
All right.
So we could lock the park and the park is empty at night. The police had that. So of course they mad. Like, why y'all got the criminals? You know, and I hired the Rolling 40s for over there. I got the K-line. So I got 4 individuals at all time out on Crenshaw helping people with the K-line.
Yeah, I met one of the Rolling 40 girls. I ain't gonna say her name, but I was crushing on her. Right, I was crushing on her.
I mean, she's pleasant to look at.
Yeah. Check them out. Yeah. Right. I was crushing.
Right.
But that K line gonna be dangerous, and I hate that they use the alphabet K for this line because this train is going straight down Crenshaw. Mm-hmm. And then it's stop. One of the stops was Hyde Park in Crenshaw.
Well, they call it Hyde Park, but it's Slauson and Crenshaw.
Man, I wouldn't.
They call it the Hyde Park Station, but it's Slauson and
I
Crenshaw.
wouldn't have been on that train. I'm cool on the green line and the blue line because I'm going through these hoods going east to west, or the ones going north to south, the green or the blue line. But going straight down Crenshaw.
Let me tell you why you'd be straight on the K line, because at every stop there's somebody working. So if you go to Leimert Park, they got on second call shirts. You go to downtown Inglewood, I got Family Swans and Baru's working.
Okay, what about on the train? Well, somebody trying to whip my ass on the train. You talking about every stop. I got to just wait till the next stop. What?
Right. Well, we got people out there.
Help is on the way.
Yeah, help is on the way, man.
Help is on
I
the
mean,
way.
and being a blood, shit, you had to fight 3 or 4 people. You had to learn to fight 3 or 4 people just to be a blood anyway. So
Right.
Yeah. So
This is what me, my means of transportation.